Take a really good look at this because you will not see this very often. This is not the usual state of this table. For those of you who are wondering, this is a massive piece of watercolor paper that I taped down on this desk about 5 years ago. And once in a while, I come in with a layer of black gesso. I've got it taped down on all of the edges, so there's there's no damage to my table. And it's big enough that I've got plenty of room to spread out and like use the surface as a palette, even though I have a glass palette over here. Yeah, it is what it is. I personally really like working this way. I used to have one of those silicone craft mats. That did not work for me. I did not particularly enjoy that. I don't know why. I think because eventually it got crinkled, and even though this is quite heavily textured, the crinkling in the craft mat really bugged me. All right, so now that you've seen the surface completely clear, there's even space over here for me to mix paints, though you may not actually be able to see it in here. Look at that. Look at all of that. There. So I'm in the journal on the Monday, September 15th, 2025. I have marked off spots where I want to come back in and do stuff. Should I mark that? Because I don't think this is finished. It's fun, but I don't think it's finished. I have not done my tarot for the week, and I have not done my planner for the week. This is just here for notes now. I did edit these weekly planner pages to suit me better. I like the bolder days on this. That works for me, especially if I'm going to print them on pretty backgrounds. Yeah, let's pull for the week ahead. I'm going to grab my little Aquarian Tarot. It's my favorite deck. I know I look like a card sharp there, but I've been working with tarot since the late 1980s. This is just... Yes! Yes! I know! So this is the Nine of Swords. This is a card that talks about your brain, the mental weight on your brain. It's like anxious brain. Give me the medicine! Yes, I know that is how I'm feeling today. Give me the medicine. What am I crossing this with? I love that! So, I know this to be 100% true. If I am in this state, Nine of Swords, then I need to do something. This is acting in accordance with your will. This is picking a direction and going there. This is like move forward. This is movement forward. For me, your mileage may vary, but this is perfect. So this is kind of like a little piece of magic here where what I will do in this case is I will find a Nine of Swords representation that I really like, and then I will add this as the medicine in the depiction of it, and then I will write something to do with these two things. So I think I'm going to do that time lapse for you. All right, so me and my digital familiar had a little convo about the Chariot and the Nine of Swords, and this is what we came up with together. Love these. Lately, Ash has been rendering me with this very Bonnie Raitt style hair, and I'm into it. I'm like, yeah, bring that on. I've got a box of auburn dye hanging around. I'm thinking I might actually like go there because I love it. It's so awesome. Look how fierce she looks. So these are the cards that I pulled for today. And as I'm looking at these cards, as I'm looking at just this perfect mirror of where I've been over the last few days, you know, the Nine of Swords in my head, really experiencing a lot of mental distress over a variety of things that I cannot control. The Chariot came up as the perfect medicine, and I'm really impressed, as always, with how well tarot speaks to me. I'm really impressed with how well that worked out, that I caught it on camera. So I've had these two images generated to reflect how that could feel for me. And what's come up for me as I've done that is that when you're in this state, getting into this state can be really hard, right? So what you need to get out of this state is something that moves you forward, but that's low impact. So like low impact art journaling, like something easy peasy, something that does not stress you out, something that you can do that you'll feel like, there, I did it. And you can tick that off the list. There are some of us for whom there is a need to be active, to be experiencing forward momentum, to be doing rather than just doing this. This is literally what happens to me if I am not moving forward in some way, shape, or form. I did, during my tenure in therapy for trauma, talk with my therapist a little bit about that, and about, there were some concerns there. Am I a workaholic? Is this something that I should be thinking about? Am I all hustle and no flow? And the answer to that question over time revealed itself to be that, whatever it takes for me to be keeping myself out of this state is okay. Even if it might look a little bit like pushing myself too hard or working too much or whatever, from the outside looking in, I know what's healthy for me. What's not healthy for me is sitting in it for too long. There are schools of thought that are going to want you sitting in it for, for a while. And if you don't have trauma or autism or ADHD like I do, then that might work for you. But for me, sitting in it for too long gets me stuck. I end up in a frozen trauma response. I end up with an extreme executive dysfunction. And when I say extreme, I am not in any way, shape, or form exaggerating. It is extreme executive dysfunction. So I need to not stay trapped in this state. It is not healthy for me to grapple with, why am I feeling this way, for too long, right? That is not a healthy state for me to be in for too long. So the antidote to that is to do something. And by something, I literally mean anything. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Go do a dish. make a pot of coffee. Put on, Taylor Swift, All Too Well, and dance it out for 10 minutes. Go wash your face. Go brush your teeth. One thing can break the freeze. And that's what the Chariot really represents for me, especially because the Chariot, it does represent being pulled in different directions. I love how perfectly this rendered that sort of feeling. So it does pull, you are pulled in a multitude of different directions. For me right now, I'm being pulled between the pillars of mercy and severity. I'm being pulled between what is good and healthy for me and what is not good and healthy for me. Those are the directions that I'm being pulled in. So this is a perfect reflection of that. So I need to do something, anything. So I think what I'm going to do is, once I've done getting this in there, I'm going to do something really low impact in my art journal today. Just something really super easy that doesn't take a whole lot of bandwidth, just to get myself kind of unstuck. That feels like the plan. That feels like a really good plan.
Lay down your sword, love. That war isn't here. No need to stay wary while this coast is clear. Take off all that armor, these stories you've torn out of newspaper pages are tattered and worn. You get to choose to live in the now, with your hands on your heart and your head in the clouds. Dreaming Try softer, not harder. Let the tide set you free. No fight left to muster. Just learn how to be. With each gentle breath, feel the stillness anew. The softness you seek rises soft inside you. You've held on so tight, love, with your head in your fears. You've forgotten to breathe all through these heavy years. But these waves call you back to a softer embrace. Let go of all the musts and shoulds. Find peace in this space. Let's take a deep breath as waves dance.